So it's a great time, and you can actually push a button to get to a taxi. You
Yeah.
can push a button to get your grocery at home. You can push a button to book your movie tickets. It's the same economy in which the banking services are also going through a paradigm shift. And I think all of the consumers like you and me also want the similar kind of user friendliness what banks can offer perhaps in that sense. Now the question is that there are two fundamental premises of the banking need if you look at it, Manoj. One is lending and second is payments. Both of these things are the tenets of how you do banking as a consumer. That I go to a bank to fulfill my needs, be it my personal loan, home loan, education loan, whatever. Over the last so many years, these are the two things which were done in a very bank way. And today, fortunately, both of them are going through a paradigm shift. So, gone are those days that you go to a bank, you put your credit worthiness and do that. And guess how they are giving the whole lending? They are giving at the basis of the data analytics, big data platform, flat 24 hours.
Okay.
They give that. Just to give you one example of FairSend, they are a cloud sourcing platform. So if you and I are the individual investor, we can give our credit risk appetite to invest. And if he is, for example, one of the borrower, he can go and put his own stuff. Then basis the algorithm, it basically gives me the idea that what is his credit worthiness and it gets done. So that is the user friendliness in which the lending as a principle is going to change. So Cisco works very extensively with the startups on multiple platforms around the compute, on the network and storage. I can tell you that all of these guys that we are working with, they tell us that their default rate is actually next to none.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Guess why? Because all of your digital records are today online.
Yes.
Your entire net banking details is there with your permission. Your tax filing details are there. Okay.
Yes.
Your entire social data is there with your permission. So if you get all of these data together and do a high-speed algorithmic analysis, it's almost with a certainty it can be predicted what is your credit worthiness. Okay. So those are the kind of things which are coming, which is basically disrupting way that the banking lending used to happen.
Okay.
So the way this transformation is going to happen, for the consumers and for the banks also. Today you say the banks are the custodian of the products. Whatever
Yes.
that's the liability products, they go and sell also.
Yes.
Right? The future in which we are going is that there is going to be one set of intermediaries, Manoj, who is basically going to build this analytics platform.
Okay.
Banks are going to be the providers of the products only. Okay? These guys are basically going to build the platform and scale at large, taking those products. Okay, so just to give you a sense, Facebook, LinkedIn, there is no uniform way for India government authorities to ask for the Facebook data. There is no format. There is no federation format. There is no way you can report those data back to a banking authority to go and share. And on top of it, you and me as a consumer with the Facebook profile, there is no user acceptance method. Those things are getting defined. Once that happens, then basically as a third-party provider, I have a user-accepted profile of yours. I precisely know which are the sites which you have been, which are the pages which you like. Is it a furniture? Is it a grocery? Is it a hyper-local marketplace that you go three times a day? Right? All the data I have. So my sense is that in the next 24 months, there is going to be a range of startups who are going to be coming as an intermediary, who is going to build algorithm basis this influx of the data, take the banking products and expand at scale. That is going to be, from both consumers like you and me, and also for banks, it is a huge transformation because the way as banks you look at the consumers and the way as a consumer I expect the banks to do, it is going to go through a change.
So are consumers expecting some kind of special treatment because of the ongoing relationship that they have with banks? Or do you think customers are going to jump given the first opportunity?
Yeah, so this world is even emotion is commoditized, right? So everything is commodity. So there is no premium to anyone. And you are absolutely right that relationship in this technology digital era is the supreme, right? I was talking to one of the trader in one of the event in World Trade Center. So he was explaining to me how difficult it is to be rated in the first two searches in Flipkart.
Yes.
He's a government trader, right? So,
right.
And he was giving his own ways of doing that, how to come up on the reputation list of that. So it is super critical for banks to be more relevant. And we believe from the industry standpoint that technology like video, technology like analytics is basically going to give the banks the data and the tool to be more in person without being in person through using video, etc. Just to give you a case of point, State Bank of India has gone for remote expert branches, you might be aware,
Yes.
in 7 locations. If you go inside those branches, everything is automated. There is a remote expert who comes online, there is a printer, there is a scanner, you scan your stuff, she gets it on the other side, she shares the screen, you annotate, you federate the discussion and a proposal comes, you ink it, you put it in, your application is done.
Right.
And they have set those branches are strategically in locations like malls where there is a retail experience, retail mindset people go. And they're extending now through the wealth advisory on the mobile devices. So come
Yes.
there is a time SBI is going to roll up a service from the wealth advisory standpoint that I can be sitting at my home and I'm having the mobile devices of any form factor. And all of the functionalities of the remote advice, I can do it on a video with 2 or 3 parties. Okay, that's basically the banks are working up that I need to give impersonal services, but people don't have time. They're in an economy where I push a button to do everything, and I cannot afford to ask him to come to my branch on a Saturday, sit there for 3 hours. It's not going to happen.
It's not
So
going to
that's how the technology is going to play. Actually, you are so right that technology is going to make this impersonal impact on the way that we do banking apart from technology side.
What about customer concerns regarding data privacy and security? Now what's happening is, people don't mind sharing almost everything about themselves in the social media. How do you see banks reacting to this? At some times in certain places, customers don't care about privacy, and at other times, other places, they are absolutely maniacal about privacy. In case there is a fraud on their credit card or savings account. Are banks in a position to have a holistic solution?
Absolutely, it is fairly complex. So the problem today, what the banks are facing, that the customers are coming from any devices. It is coming from any geography and using any mediums. Okay, and the traditional way of defining the perimeter or the boundary doesn't exist because it has become
Gone.
formalized.
It's gone.
There are fundamental issues around the trust. Okay, you are within a bank, you are a bank employee. No matter how hard I train you, that you should not open that suspicious attachment. You should not click on that particular website. There are people who will still go and do that.
Yes,
The
yes.
second kind of problem is the targeted attack. Means you are the finance head or you are the HR head. They will try to befriend you from your home connection when you are connecting on your LinkedIn. They will build a relationship with you on a span of 7 to 8 months. And then they will build a business proposal and suddenly they will sell you. This is the rough draft format of our agreement, which you will try to open from your enterprise environment. And once the device of yours get infected, it starts basically infecting it. Okay? Just to give you a sense, it takes 50% of the cases for the breaches to proliferate within 54 minutes. Okay?
Okay.
And it takes, I was told, about 46% breaches to take almost few hours.
Okay.
And guess, when you are trying to understand the breaches in minutes and hours, the detection of text in calendars. What these hackers or attackers do, they don't go and get your information. They go inside your environment, put the tools, and those tools then basically talk to the command and control center. Is like a SAS. For example, I was told that when India was beating Bangladesh in a cricket match, there were DDoS attacks on NSE for 29 days from Bangladesh. What happens is that these hackers or attackers, they permeate through your environment and actually drop a tool that basically tries to access most of the sensitive information, build the credentials and talk to the command and control center. Now once you are authenticated and leave those tools, no matter how many times you are being ejected out, they will still come back. Now, these are like targeted attacks, what I'm talking about. There are multiple reasons for these breaches. Okay? First of all, why it happens. They build applications on cloud sourcing platform. They build on Java library. If you go to Java library, there are 4th layer and those are not updated. So the 4th or 5th layer of Java, which is not fully secure library, once you develop an application, the vulnerabilities remain.
Still remains.
Attackers basically go and do an application profiling and go and attack that code to go and get inside. Right? So we have all those technologies, right? Firewall, intrusion protection system, intrusion detection system, threat-based system, artificial intelligence, cloud system security, email web gateway, anti-malware, Advanced threat protection, APT. Okay?
Yes.
So what from Cisco, what we champion is an architecture, what you call it, before, during and after. So what happens is that when you are defining your perimeter of enterprise security, what are the technologies are going to use and what is the approach you will do before the attack happens. Now for some reason the attack has happened. Now the attack is proliferating. What you do during the proliferation, that's one set of things. If you're not able to protect even there also, then afterwards, once you protect it, what remediation you do, what vulnerability check and threat management that you need to do, that is an impact, is what you do. And we fundamentally believe that if you need to have a very holistic way of looking at it, you need to have three fundamental platforms. You need to have first your network management platform. That has to have the ability to have all of the devices and the flows of information flowing. Then it is to have a cloud management platform, and then it is to have a device management platform. What that we are going through is that there are tons of technologies which are available, how correlated they are, how they are basically talking to the reputation system, threat management and grid system, doing a big data, real-time analytics of the cloud and web platform, and throwing intelligence. That's what we believe. We provide what we call advanced persistent threat, APT, and advanced malware protection, which is built into our next generation firewall and next generation IPS. So many of the enterprises are finding it to be excellent, and fortunately we have integrated that in our email and web also. So you don't need to go for any. So what the world is going is that in one device, you have the multiple functionalities, correlation engines built in to talk to the cloud management platform.
How easy or difficult is it to integrate so many different security related technologies to share with each other and to share with a common...
It is very difficult.
And there are so many vendors apart from technologies themselves.
It is very difficult. I must tell you that when I go and talk to the banks, leave aside, it is difficult for people like us. How difficult it is for them? Because we built the technology. So that's the point I'm making, is that it is basically, it comes to two things. One is visibility and second is the context. So remember, there's a visibility and context. First, I need to have an environment, and the three platform I said, where the visibility of the data which is moving through your network, through your compute system and through your devices has to be made available. It is basically a federation of user, data, devices and applications. Four things. So basically electrons are moving between these four things. It is, you need to have a policy across these three layers of cloud, device and network management, so that there is a one user way to generate and publish data about the way it gets collected. And then you have your SIEM tools, which is security incident management tool, and you have your cloud-based threat management reputation system, which does a real-time analysis. The moment the breaches happen, it basically captures it in one uniform way across the devices, put it back for a reputation check all the time. So the next time the breach happens, before that, it looks at the IP address, it sees that what is the reputation of that, it blocks it and right. I think the world is evolving to the extent that we have the technologies, but they have to really come together. Machine learning and artificial intelligence is a big area on the forensic side of the security, and Cisco has recently acquired a company called ThreatGate in that in that format. So
I think we are moving more and more towards a holistic approach rather than a silo-based approach or a piecemeal approach.
Absolutely.
And obviously even the guys who are the security threats, they're also looking at it more holistically. So I think the both sides have the game, the level has risen on both sides.
What I say that a bad guy can try many times and get lucky one time.
That's all he needs.
A good guy has to be lucky all the time.
All the time.
It's a very unfair. So we have to be innovating much faster than that. We are working with multiple banks in the country in basically getting to make them understand the need for this information and the platform layers to the security, and I'm sure we'll get into that. Okay.
Good. Sounds good. I would like to see our banking and a financial system safe and secure.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for your insights.
Thanks a lot.
All the best for 2016.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.